Last week here on Thursday Night Thunder, it came down to Little Tiger taking on Gravedigger, the legend, in the final round, and it was a close heat all the way down to the finish line. But Jason Wook and Little Tiger took a bad ride over the cars, giving the win to Matt Cheever and Gravedigger, the legend. Tonight, we see if the legend can hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a capacity sold-out crowd right here in the MTA Arena. If you're new here, be sure to crush that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. Stay up to date with everything MTA is doing, because tonight, the second week of the February season kicks off. Matt Cheever and Gravedigger, the legend, currently hold down the checkered flag as they knocked out Little Tiger last week. But there are 14 other monster trucks ready to throw it down here tonight. They're chasing the overall points championship as well as the checkered flag to try and advance into the March season. That's the man they're after right there, Shaggy and Gravedigger, the legend. As we take a look at round one matchups, we are going to see Clydesdale take on King Crunch to kick things off. Then Gas Monkey's going to take on the Little Tiger Ford, followed by Jurassic Attack taking on Titan, and then Rammunition is going to take on Monster Mutt Poodle. And to close out the first half of round one, Michael Harry El Toro Loco gets his first crack at the champion. Now up first here in round one, we have got Bradley Graham returning in the Clydesdale Chevrolet, a former six-time Thunder champion. He will now take on Camel Legit and King Crunch out of Spring, Texas. The Chevrolet always a top-notch competitor out here. Bradley Graham, the old-time veteran, he's been trying to get Clydesdale under wraps. Can he get the win here tonight over King Crunch out of that far lane boat truck stage? Battle of the bow tie to kick off week two. As we go green off the line, they're pretty even, slightly going to Clydesdale. King Crunch trying to come back on him and almost had it there in the end. King Crunch got a big pop over that last set of cars, and it may have cost him that win there in round one. Nonetheless, Bradley Graham and Clydesdale will advance on in a round two competition here tonight in week two of the February season. Now next up here in round one, this man has been making a big name for himself in that brand new Gas Monkey garage machine. He is now a five-time Thunder champion. He will draw up against last week's finalist, Jason Wook, the Crazy Cat, now piloting the brand new Little Tiger Ford out of Minnesota, ready to go here in the near lane. He wants to put that truck back in the finals here tonight, but he's got a tough draw against Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey, who brought the checkered flag into the February season. He's trying to get it back here tonight in week two. There's a green light now. Down the straight stretch, Gas Monkey with a slight lead. Little Tiger trying to come back on him, but it's not enough. And Gas Monkey Garage and Jason Craddock pull out the round one win over Little Tiger as he puts him on the trailer. Next up here in round one is the return of Zach George, bringing the 1972 Chevrolet Titan to the starting line. He will draw up against newcomer Caden Wilson, Jurassic Attack, ready to rock and roll. Again, Caden Wilson debuted just a couple of months ago. He's had ups and downs with that brand new Jurassic Attack machine. He takes on the veteran Zach George and Titan, who's looking for his first Thursday Night Thunder championship alongside Caden Wilson and Jurassic Attack. Who goes on to round two and gets one step closer? Green light goes down. Now they're even on the start, all the way down the straight stretch to the first set of cars, and Titan and Zach George pull it out in the end over the last set of cars, almost losing the body there. That beautiful 1972 Chevy coming undone from the chassis. What a ride it was for Zach George. He pulls it out in the end over that last set of cars, taking out Caden Wilson and Jurassic Attack, and no doubt the crew will secure that body back onto that truck for the next round. Next up in round one, it's the return of the Big Dodge Camp. Daniel Chichagosh, former one-time Thunder champion, returns. Rammunition ready to rock and roll to take on another former one-time Thunder champion, Violet Craddock, who's been on the scene quite a bit. Monster Mutt Poodle stage now in that far lane. She has watched from the sidelines the Rammunition team take out names here on Thunder. She knows she's got her hands full as we get ready to see who takes it on into round two competition. Poodle in the far lane, Rammunition in the near lane. Here's the green light now. Down the straight stretch to go. Poodle's got a lead on the Rammunition, trying to come back on the car. Where it comes from behind win. Cheech pulls it out over the last set of cars. Poodle had him all the way down until he put the Dodge heavy horsepower down, picking up the win over Monster Mutt Poodle. What a ride that was. Next up in round one is the new kid on the block. Jay Moffat, the Equalizer Chevrolet out of Tennessee, now draws up against an MTA veteran, Aaron Church and Dragonoid. He's ready to rock and roll. Again, a brand new chassis underneath that truck. He's been getting it dialed in. He's had a couple of big hitters out here. Hasn't pulled out a second win on Thunder and Dragonoid. He now draws up the kid in Equalizer, who will move on to round 2. Here's the green light now. Equalizer got him off the line. Dragonoid trying to make up the ground, and the kid in Equalizer pulls it out over the veteran. Equalizer, the Chevrolet from Tennessee, getting the job done in round 1. He will put Dragonoid on the trailer. Aaron Church had nothing for him, and Equalizer will put Dragonoid on the trailer. However, next up in round 1 is a newcomer to the scene, Romy Wheeler, bringing out the Barefoot Dodge out of Minnesota, ready now to take on Olivia Cantwell in the brand new Scarlet Bandit out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. Both these drivers are ready to rock and roll in their first ever Thunder debut. Who will advance on to round 2? We watched Romy Wheeler standing up on the tailgate in Barefoot last week. Does he have enough to take out Olivia Cantwell? Scarlet Bandit ready to go in that far lane. Ford versus Dodge matchup here in round 1. This should be a barn burner as we get set for green. Now down the straight, quick back for the slightly Bandit coming back down to the last set of cars. And look out from Cantwell into the bus stack. What a ride, and Romy Wheeler slams it down into the other trucks in the shutdown area. And what a ride Olivia Cantwell just took into the van stack right there in the center of the track in the shutdown area. As we go back to an MTA replay, Barefoot got her off the line, but watch the Bandit come back in that far lane, holding an even race to the first jump. Watch him go up and over the last set of cars right there. Barefoot pulls it out in the end, but watch Bandit there slamming into the van stack, turning the school bus over. What a wild ride. The fans are loving it. Nonetheless, Barefoot moves on into round 2. Next up in round 1, it's going to be the return of Chad Legit, 2 Legit, Tropical Thunder, taking on Downtown Mitch Brown out of Pacific, Missouri, and Bigfoot. Both these guys have competed on MTA for quite some time. Chad Legit, the 2021 Maximum Carnage Champion. Mitch Brown, the 2022 Maximum Carnage Champion. These two are going to throw it down here in round 1 on Thunder. Here's the green light now, and Tropical Thunder got him on the line. Bigfoot coming back on him over the last of the cars, and Downtown Mitch Brown pulling it out in the end. Trouble for Chad Legit in that far lane. Got a little crossed up on the last stack of cars. Mitch Brown having a hard time shutting down the Firestone Bigfoot. Nonetheless, he gets a win here in round 1 competition over Chad Legit, Tropical Thunder. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to close out round 1, Michael Harry, who debuted on Thunder last week in El Toro Loco, he draws up a hard task to take out the current Thursday Night Thunder champion. It's your boy, Matt Cheever, and Gravedigger the Legend, now a 2-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. The Gravedigger machine from Poplar Branch, North Carolina, draws up against El Toro Loco. Michael Harry trying to pull out a big upset here in round 1. The rookie will take on the veteran, who will advance to round 2 as we go green. Down the straight drive now, Legend with a hole shot up and over the last set of cars, and Matt Cheever pulls it out. Harry's trying to shut it down before getting into King Crunch there in the shutdown area. Nonetheless, the flag will stay on Gravedigger the Legend, and Matt Cheever hangs on to it for another round as he puts El Toro Loco on the trailer. And ladies and gentlemen, some pretty close racing action there in round 1. We've got a lot more still yet to come. Can Shaggy and the Gravedigger the Legend team hang on to that checkered flag as we advance on with the night for round 2? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to find out next, right after the break. What's going on, MTA fans? If you're looking to get in on the action right here on the MTA YouTube channel, look no further. I'm about to tell you guys just how you can sign up to get in one of these races. Head over to the link in our description, and that's going to take you right over to our Facebook page where we hold registration for all of the MTA events. And hey, while you're there, crush that subscribe button. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you stay up to date with everything that MTA is doing. From new custom truck builds to special events and giveaways, you don't want to miss any of the great action MTA has to offer. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll catch you guys down the road. Back now on Thursday Night Thunder for round 2 competition. The champion still hanging on to the checkered flag, but here's how round 2 shakes down. Clydesdale will take on Gas Monkey, followed by Titan taking on Rammunition. Then we're going to see Equalizer take on Barefoot, followed by Bigfoot taking on Gravedigger the Legend. Now up first here in round 2, Bradley Graham returns in Clydesdale. Again, the former 6-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. He draws up an old rival, Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey, who is now a 5-time Thunder champion. And old Bradley Graham knows he's got to tighten up the nuts and bolts in Clydesdale because Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey has been dialed in since he debuted that truck. Who will advance on in the semifinals? Gas Monkey takes on Clydesdale. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch. Gas Monkey with a slight lead. Clydesdale trying to come back, and it won't be enough. And Craddock with a save in the shutdown area. Clydesdale was going for it, got kicked off that first jump into the center of the track. Craddock knew that Graham was not going to cut him any slack. Almost dumped the truck over on its lid in the shutdown area. Gas Monkey will advance in the semifinal competition. What a race that was. Now we move on with round 2. Zach George returns in the 1972 Chevrolet Titan, ready to go to take on Daniel Chichagash out of the Dodge camp. Rammunition ready to go in the near lane. He knows he's got to pull something out of his hat because Zach George and Titan looked bad fast in round 1. His crew got the body secure. He's ready to rock and roll. Chevrolet taking on Dodge in round 2. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch. They're pretty much even now. The first jump over the car, and Titan pulls it out. What a save by Rammunition in the inside lane. But Zach George and Titan putting down the Chevrolet horsepower. He'll put the big bad Dodge on the trailer. But what a save by Cheech here on the inside lane of the track. As we go back to the MCA replay, both these drivers cut a great light down the straight stretch. They're fairly even as they get to the rough patch right before the first jump. Watch as Rammunition cuts to the inside of the track, puts it on 2 wheels. What a save there by Rammunition. Nonetheless, Titan will get the win here in round 2. But next up in competition is the kid out of Tennessee, Jay Moffett, Equalizer Chevrolet, drawn up against the old Barefoot Dodge out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. Rami Wheeler trying to get his first Thunder championship, but so is Jay Moffett and Equalizer. These 2 new kids on the block debuted last week with 2 brand new trucks never before seen on the MTA circuit. Who's taking home the win to advance on in the semifinals and get a matchup with Titan? Both trucks are staged now. Here's the green light. They're dead even now off the start. The first jump up and over the cars is close, and what a race it is. Both the Dodge and the Chevrolet are throwing it down here in round 2. 2 new kids on the block are making names for themselves out here on Thunder. I'm not quite sure who picked up the round 2 victory. Was it Equalizer or was it Barefoot? Both trucks make clean passes. Watch now as we go back to the MTA replay. Both trucks with a great hole shot, keeping it fairly even all the way down to the first ramp here. Watch as they fly up and over the cars. It's close to the finish line, but Equalizer will pull it out by a tire length over Barefoot here in round 2, and you got to give it up for both drivers not cutting each other any slack. Equalizer was just one up on Barefoot here tonight, but now it's time to defend that flag because downtown Mitch Brown returns and Bigfoot. He will draw up against Shaggy, Matt Cheever, Gravedigger the legend, and should I say the current Thursday Night Thunder champion coming into week 2 of the February season. Shaggy's been looking strong all night, but Mitch Brown and Bigfoot laid down a super fast time in round 1. Who's going to take home the win here in round 2 competition? Can Shaggy hang on to the flag? Here's the green light now. Off the line they go. Shaggy's got a lead on him. Mitch Brown trying to come back, and Bigfoot pulls it out the end. What a race. Shaggy's upside down. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe what just happened. A come from behind win for Firestone Bigfoot out of the inside lane, and Gravedigger the legend is upside down. Going back to the replay, Shaggy got him off the hole shot. Bigfoot trying to play catch up, about a trunk length lead behind. Watch as they fly over the car. Shaggy in trouble, trying to correct it, and Mitch Brown, by the skin of his teeth, pulled it out in the shutdown area. Shaggy rolls the legend over, and Mitch Brown will take the flag from Shaggy here in round 2 competition, and the legend on the trailer. What a ride that was. And the champion has been dethroned. Who will make it out into the semifinal competition? Bigfoot, Gas Monkey, Titan, and Equalizer remain. Who will take it to the finals? We find out next. This is going to get flat out of hand, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Next week on Thunder, the track designed like never before. This time the drivers are going to be coming down that straight stretch and almost colliding towards the finish line. As you see an example, Dragonoid and Scarlet Bandit, the turn may throw these drivers for a loop and some may scathe through it fairly easy. Here's Equalizer and Little Tiger colliding in midair, and ladies and gentlemen, this is going to get flat out just crazy. I heard it, somebody said it. It's going to get wild. Back now on Thursday Night Thunder, and we are heading down to the MTA shop right here in the pits. Matt Cheever and the Gravedigger, the Legend crew, are thrashing on that truck after that round 2 rollover against Bigfoot. That crew's got some work to do. The body's all tore up. They broke off a shock and a bent a 4-link bar, so the crew's down there thrashing. They're hoping to have Gravedigger, the Legend, back and at 100% by week 3 of the February season next week, and we have no doubt that they will be back and after that checkered flag in week 3 of the February season. But now it's semifinal time because we are down to 4. Gas Monkey will take on the Titan Chevrolet, and on the other side of the bracket, Equalizer draws up against Firestone Bigfoot. And these matchups are going to be something to witness, I can guarantee you that. But up first at the line, Jason Craddock returning. Gas Monkey Garage setting his sights on victory number 6 on Thunder. Over in the other lane is Zach George, another MTA veteran. He is out for his very first Thursday Night Thunder Championship here tonight. He's trying to knock off the former 5-time champion. Titan looks strong, as he has been all night, but Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey, the brand new truck, is set on kill. Who's going to the finals? Titan takes on Gas Monkey. Green light goes down. Now they're pretty much even to the first jump over the car. Just close, and I think Gas Monkey pulls it out in the end. But what a race by Zach George and Titan. He was hanging door handle to door handle with him all the way down the wire. We're going to go back to our MTA photo finish and take a look at the finish line. Your winner, Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey, by about 3/4 of a truck over Titan. So now Gas Monkey is in the finals. Who will he meet there? Is it going to be the kid out of Tennessee, Jay Moffat, in the brand new Equalizer Chevrolet? Or is it going to be the veteran, the former 8-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, downtown Mitch Brown, returning, and Firestone Bigfoot after knocking off the current champion in round 2 competition? Ford versus Chevrolet matchup. A modern-day computer design in that far lane, taking on the old pencil and paper here in the near lane. Who will take home the win here in semifinals? Ford versus Chevrolet. Bigfoot and Equalizer. Green light goes down. Bigfoot got the whole shot. Equalizer trying to come back. What a race it is. Bigfoot turns it over. What a ride for both drivers. Throwing it down in semis. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a race of the ages. Bigfoot had him off the line, but Equalizer came back. Let's go back and take a look at the replay. Off the line, like I said, Bigfoot got the whole shot. Look at the kid here in Equalizer starting to come back on him, pulls the trigger over the last jump, and right there by inches, the kid in Equalizer knock out Bigfoot in semifinal competition. Both drivers were throwing it down, and Bigfoot turns it over, much like Scarlet Bandit did in round 1. What a ride it was here in semis, but now the finals are set. It's what everybody comes to see. Equalizer takes on Gas Monkey, and Jason Craddock is hungry for victory number 6 out here on Thunder. Gas Monkey has been looking strong the last couple of weeks. It's been out here on Thunder. He draws up against the kid out of Tennessee. Equalizer ready to rock and roll on the inside lane. The Chevrolet again out of Tennessee. He knows what he's got to do, and that's hammer down on that big block Chevrolet. But over in that far lane is the veteran looking for victory number 6. Ladies and gentlemen, who's it going to be? Gas Monkey takes on Equalizer. It's showtime on Thunder, and Gas Monkey's got the lead. Equalizer trying to come back, and Craddock will pull it out in the end, going over the bus stack. Equalizer tried to make up the ground, but Gas Monkey in the Dodge Hemi horsepower threw it down from the start and never looked back. Equalizer chomping at the bit. He tried to catch up, didn't have enough in the inside lane. Let's take another look at it right here off the hole shot. Craddock schooled him. Held the lead out all the way down the straight stretch. The kid in the inside lane. Equalizer trying to come back on him over the last set of cars. He almost had it, but Gas Monkey pulls it out by half a truck and is your winner. But look out for that kid in Equalizer. He's going to be a player on the MTA circuit. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight we congratulate Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey on your 6th Thursday Night Thunder Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to take a look at the overall point standings to close out week 2 of the February season, at the latter half of the bracket, we've got Scarlet Bandit, El Toro Loco, King Crunch, and Monster Muck Poodle rounding out the lower half with just 60 points. But with tonight's win, jumping over to the upper half of the bracket, Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey moves to 3rd place with 90 points. However, above him, Jay Moffat, the new kid from Tennessee and Equalizer, holding down 2nd place with 95 points. But he's not just holding it down, because the leader of the overall points chase, Matt Cheever, Gravedigger the Legend, rounds out week 2 of the February season with a tie at 95 points. And ladies and gentlemen, there's still time to gain as many points as possible with 2 weeks left to go in the February season. Next week, will Jason Craddock and Gas Monkey hang on to the checkered flag? And who will come out on top in this overall points chase this season? Thank y'all for watching. Be sure if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll get you down the road. See you next week.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time.